Everybody, I'm back. Unfortunately, you need to check your battery if you start recording on video because it'll die. And that's what happened to me. Y'all have already seen the gym. Just come with me. I'll show you everything else. This is our little puppy dog, as y'all know. That's what we got cut off last time. And behind the camera, by the way, is Miss Jen having her.
Hi, Snowy.
One thing I didn't mention about this room, what's really unique about this room and the way that we make things a little bit different here is we use smoke machines, we use lasers, we use special lighting. Basically, it's concert lighting and concert sound in there. So when we're doing spin classes or we're doing dance classes, we have people like they're in a disco. So it gets that vibe, it gets the energy up. This helps get people enthusiastic. It makes them feel like they're having fun rather than just training. The key is tricking people to stay longer, see? Because people get bored after about 10 minutes or 15 minutes, but by keeping them entertained, you can keep them training for 45 minutes. And that's where the magic happens, between 45 minutes to an hour. So that's where we keep them training. Come on, I'll show y'all. Hey, are you going to keep me all in a frame? Because, you know, I'm so muscular. Come on, Jim, why are you walking so slow? You don't have that much battery. You better hustle. This is our challenge of the week board. Basically, we just challenge people to do certain things and that kind of thing. Now, over here, you have to get close. I won't go here. Over here, of course, you've got these are where boxing bags go and everything. We're just taking them down. We're using these big 250-pound bags. They're ginormous. They're like this big. They're 250 pounds, and so when you hit them, they don't really move. It mimics more like hitting a person. So we train people so we can beat up people when we're outside the gym. No, it's for the actual Muay Thai fighters, and it helps them quite a bit. As you see, we kind of decor everything. We want everything to look beautiful at all times. Hopefully there's nobody in the women's restroom. And then this is what you're going to appreciate. Why do you keep standing so far from me? Why do you... Jen's like she's afraid of me all of a sudden. Now here's the women's restroom. I'm going to let Jen just go in there while I'm talking. We made this more like... Can I come? We made this like a salon area so people can get their hair and their nails and blah, 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 blah done. We even had a coloring expert, but he tried to tell us that he was a straight man and he was married. In fact, he was a gay man and was struggling with it. And mentally, he blew up one day because he couldn't deal with it and he walked out the door. That is a true story, by the way. Hopefully there's no one back here. We got a 10-person sauna back here for, and it's just lady. This is room is all ladies only. So we've got big saunas because we think people like to socialize when they're in a sauna. And what are you doing here? So now you see, this is basically what Jen and I do. We come and work out and play for a little bit. Joe, the person that you saw, the guy when we first came in, he is actually our general manager. Now, he takes care of the day-to-day operations right here. We just come and do all the things that we like to do and let them do the rest. Outside, like I said, this thing was really built just to kind of please Jen and I. It really wasn't built with the idea that... Why you keep looking at me? They know what I look like. They know me. Jen's wanting y'all to look at me the whole time. Now, if you want to know about convenience, this is how convenient that I made the gym. I put it right in front of our house. What? This is only going for Edna and them. Nobody knows where we're at. Jen's real protective of our privacy. She doesn't like people knowing where we live and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, well, what we're doing out here is we're building an obstacle course, a military-style obstacle course. You're going to have to climb ropes, and we're having a bulldozer that's going to come in and make ponds all through. In fact, let's go out. I'll show you this. We use the sand pit for running sprints and stuff. It's kind of been neglected over this place all floods during the rainy season. So we ignore it during the rainy season, which is why we're putting all the drainage and these big holes. But we're putting particularly big holes and we're filling up with water, so if you fall off the obstacle, you go straight into water. Kind of like what I think y'all have it called AXN's, what's it called, Jen? Wipeout. But you'll be able to see up here, confession. Why are you walking so slow? Is this your short legs? basically we have a thing of water here, and so you're kind of punished if you fall in. It's not as easy as it looks because this pole is quite thin. And I have fallen in there, yes. And then of course, you come up here and you'll go monkey across. And all the obstacles, it's gonna be about 15. It was supposed to be 20, but I kind of like spreading them further out and make it more difficult. So it'll be about 15, and we're gonna have big cargo calling walls. It's gonna be a good outdoor environment for people, activities, corporate events, stuff like that. Basically, I just want to make it a big person's playground. So that's about it. If you look, Jen and I's toughest part of the day is walking from there to there. Now the cool part is that it really wasn't by design. We didn't actually build the house for that. What we did was, this was an old textile, what do you call it, textile? Ceramics. It was an old ceramics factory. It was dilapidated and falling apart, but it was on, it's basically almost a city block wide, and it's on the most high traffic area in all of Phuket. So it happens to be right smack in the center of the residential community. So it was an obvious choice for the site. It's just the house came with the project. And so I ended up renovating the house, and we just made it to where we stayed down here instead of going up to their house up in Koh Kao.
It's on Piper's Stand.
Yeah, well, I started recording on top, you know. So essentially that's it. This is a day in our normal routine and life here. I'll let Jen, is there anything you want to say, Jen?
Hi, how are you?
She's totally in shock that I actually have family.
What do you think?
Oh, these are the wild dogs, by the way. We basically adopted 3 dogs outside of the compound, so we feed them and take care of them. And as you can see, they're very territorial. Snowy's like, what the hell's that? But they protect this area. They were here when we got the place, and we just didn't have the heart to run them off. And they serve great as guard dogs. That's my beautiful wife. See, she's about 5'2", me being 6 feet tall. She's 5'3", but me being 6 feet tall, see, I can, it takes her like 5 times as many steps to walk as me, so it's hard for her to keep up. So this is it. Y'all get to see the day and the life and what's happening around here. Now I'll show you what I did last night. What I did last night was this. Take a look at this bad boy. Chicken casserole. That's right. That's mozzarella cheese on top of it's creamed chicken basically. And I think y'all remember Mom used to make this a lot, but I kind of varied it up to make it healthy and got rid of all the fats and everything else. Did you put this in the oven, Jen? Well, look, the cheese melted. It's not totally melted yet.
It's already hot.
Yeah, it was already hot before. Anyway, that's, oh, I'll let you see the sign because I just had them. See, there you go. 250 calories, 25 grams of complex carbohydrates. See, you can't get fat hanging out with us. Oh, I'm sorry, I was covering the microphone. You can't get fat hanging out with us. Except sometimes they bring in garbage like this. What is this?
Coconut.
Coconut what? Is this staff? Yeah, staff food. Now Jen, on the other hand, Jen will make these cool little muffins like that. That are they're almost fat-free. They're very low fat, only a couple grams of fat, but
The only fat that is in there is the coconut oil. Essential fatty acid.
and then she has, how do you explain your chocolate chips?
Dark chocolate.
Dark chocolate is what? What's good about dark chocolate?
It's good for all women.
Look, she doesn't even have the answer to that question. Do you honestly not have the answer to that question? She likes it because it tastes good, but actually it's great for your digestive system and does wonders for your, helps raise your not immunization. What word am I looking for? Immune system, yes. Yes, but what all's in that, Jen?
Oatmeal that I rolled oats that I made into a powder, so that you don't have to buy oatmeal flour. Then little gluten-free plain flour.
Get where the lighting's right. You know, Ronnie is my niece, who I'll show you pictures of when we go and stalk Aunt Edna's Facebook. I suspect Ronald doesn't have one. But we will go in and... That was me sitting down, by the way. I'm tired already. So we'll go in and we'll stalk her Facebook, but I'll show you who Ronnie is. Ronnie loves to cook. She's a retired tennis player. At age probably 27.
And I usually bake about 15 muffins a day.
Actually, I don't know how old Ronnie is.
They're already sold out, so I had to make them. And I already sold the other ones, so now I have one left.
God, I think Ronnie's in her 30s now, come to think of it. You'll have to fill me in on that. I'm just starting to do the math.
Ronnie's your cousin?
Niece.
Oh, yeah.
No, cousin, yes.
So you have a cousin that's my age?
It's good to be king. Actually, she's probably a little older than you. I'm trying to think. I probably have, I probably have 10 years on her. So she's probably, she's 3. She's like mid-30s now. Ronnie, if you're in your late 20s, I'm sorry. It's just I don't remember how old you are. Everybody seems like they should be in their teens to me now. I'm 47, so. What else can you tell us, Miss Gibbons?
And more protein bars.
Yeah, the ones y'all saw